Hello there, and welcome to What If the Jedi Discovered the Death Star Plans in Attack of the Clones. We begin in Attack of the Clones. The year is 22 BBY. Everything starts out the same. Camino. The rain lashes against the steel platforms. Clones stand in formation, bred for war. Obi-Wan Kenobi walks among them, his cloak heavy with water. He's troubled. There's a storm on the horizon, not just above Camino, but across the galaxy. Obi-Wan follows the trial of Jango Fett, the mysterious bounty hunter at the heart of the Clone Army mystery. His pursuit leads him across the star systems, ending in the dry, rugged canyons of Geonosis. He hides among the shadows of the rocky separatist world, creeping through the vast halls of the droid factories. While sneaking through the separatist stronghold, Obi-Wan finds the usual suspects: Count Dooku, Newt Gunray, Puggle the Lesser, Wat Tambor, San Hill, and others. They're gathered in a darkened meeting chamber, their voices low, sharp, conspiritual. They're discussing mass droid production, war strategies, and how best to break away from the Republic without drawing too much early attention. But then, the atmosphere shifts. The lights dim slightly, the discussion stops. Puggle gestures to the table, and a hollow projector embedded in its surface begins to flicker. A low hum vibrates the walls. Obi-Wan presses himself deeper into the shadows, heart pounding, eyes fixed on the light. An image appears. It's not just a schematic, it's a vision of terror. A massive spherical battle station. Dark, metallic, impossibly vast. Weapon arrays, hangar bays, a single central super laser, an artificial moon armed with the power to annihilate entire planets. It looms silently above the table as the separatist leaders look on with awe and fear. Obi-Wan's breath catches. He fumbles for his recorder, activates it, and begins transmitting immediately. The device records everything: the image, the voices, the names, the language. Dooku stands tall, his voice calm but chilling. The ultimate deterrent. Once complete, no system will dare to defy us. The Geonosians will begin construction immediately. The design is flawless, the weapon unmatched. A chill runs down Obi-Wan's spine. He sends the transmission not just to the Jedi Temple, but directly to the office of the Chancellor on Coruscant, where at the very moment an emergency session is already underway. War is in the air. Tension runs high. But this is something new. In the Chancellor's office, light flickers from the new transmission source. Palpatine sits in his grand chair, surrounded by key senators and Jedi: Mace Windu, Yoda, Ki-Adi-Mundi, Bail Organa, Mas Amedda, Sly Moore. They turn as Obi-Wan's face appears, static, blurred, and whispering through the haze of transmission interference. He describes what he's seeing. Behind him, the ghostly projection of the Death Star rotates, ominous and silent, its deadly eye aimed outward into nothing. For a long moment, no one speaks. Even Palpatine cannot find his voice. The sight of the battle station, the very weapon he had hoped to use for his own rise, shakes him. This was never the plan. Not yet. The Jedi weren't supposed to know. The Republic wasn't supposed to be alerted. He had been careful, patient, but now the dominoes have started to fall. The silence breaks. Mace Windu takes a slow step forward, eyes fixed on the hologram. If they build that thing, they won't need an army. They'll rule through fear alone. Yoda, his expression grim, speaks next. Much more dangerous, this is. More than battle droids. More than war. Ki-Adi-Mundi agrees. We must act now. Bail Organa adds with forceful clarity. This is no longer politics. This is survival. Palpatine, face composed but heart raising, raises a hand. He speaks smoothly, trying to sound measured. We should verify the authenticity of these plans. If we act too quickly, we may... No, Mace Windu interrupts. We've seen enough. The time for debate is over. That very evening, the Jedi Council meets in full. Every master present, the transmission is analyzed, confirmed, verified by multiple sources. There is no doubt. The Death Star is real. And the war must begin. Not to fight the Separatists on diplomatic grounds, but to destroy this weapon before it is ever built. This time, when the Jedi move on Geonosis, it's not a rescue mission. It's an invasion. Hundreds of Jedi, thousands of clone troopers, starships descend through the Geonosian skies like thunderbolts. The Jedi form the vanguard, striking into the heart of the droid factories. Their objective is clear: eliminate the threat, capture Dooku, and recover or destroy all copies of the Death Star plans. In the arena, Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Padme still face execution, but back arrives sooner. The Grand Army of the Republic crashes down like a hammer. Yoda lands at the head of the clones, directing squadrons to critical targets. The factories burn, the skies fill with laser fire. Droid after droid falls. Dooku tries to flee with the plans, but this time, he's not pursued by just two Jedi. Mace Windu joins Obi-Wan and Anakin. Together, they intercept Dooku in the hangar. A brutal duel follows. Obi-Wan is wounded. Anakin presses forward with fire and fury. Mace matches Dooku blow for blow. They disarm him, capture him, and recover the data module. It's over. The plans are secured. But as Dooku is shackled and led away, he offers a final warning. A soft, knowing voice. You're fighting the wrong enemy. The Sith are already in your house. Those words haunt the Council. Back on Coruscant, the Jedi investigate, not just Dooku's claim, but the origins of the clone army. Sifo-Dyas, Kamino, the order that came from nowhere, the deep manipulation, the fingerprints left behind. Everything points in one direction: Palpatine. The Chancellor. The web begins to unravel. Meanwhile, Anakin returns as a hero, but the Jedi are different now. They see him more clearly. When he speaks of visions, of Padme dying, they don't dismiss him. Obi-Wan listens. Yoda meditates with him. They don't demand detachment. They teach balance, mindfulness, courage in the face of fear. Padme lives. Anakin stays in light. The Council meets again. Mace Windu steps forward, bold and steady. The Chancellor must be investigated. Bail Organa supports him. Mon Mothma too. The Senate is divided. But the Jedi do not wait. The Temple opens a formal investigation into the office of the Chancellor. Surveillance, inquiries, data retrieval. They trace strange movements of funds, hidden communications with Kamino, irregular military authorizations. Palpatine feels the net tightening. His patience ends. One night, he summons Anakin to his office. The lights are low. The city glow outside the windows. He speaks of power, of loss, of death, and how to prevent it. He speaks of Padme, of destiny. But Anakin doesn't waver. He presses a hidden switch on his belt. Now, the doors crash open. Mace Windu, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Yoda, Kit Fisto, Plo Koon. Sabers ignite. Blue, green, purple, a symphony of light. Palpatine rises slowly, casting off his cloak. Shadows peel away from his face. His voice drops an octave, becoming ancient and terrible. I am the Sith. Darth Sidious unleashes his fury. Lightning tears through the air. Furniture disregarded. Windows explode. Wind screams into the room. The duel begins. A battle of myth and legend. Yoda locks sabers with him. Windu counters his strikes. Obi-Wan and Anakin flank him. Their movements flawless, synchronized. Kit Fisto falls. Plo Koon is gravely wounded. Windu is nearly struck down, but Anakin intervenes. The Jedi fight, not as individuals, but as one. In the end, Sidious is driven to the window. He unleashes a final surge of lightning, but Yoda absorbs it with a roar of power. Obi-Wan slashes through his guard. Anakin force pushes him through the shattered window. He falls, far below. Darth Sidious is gone. The Sith are defeated. Dooku is imprisoned. Grievous is hunted down and destroyed. The Clone Wars ends. Not with a purge, but with truth. The clone army is decommissioned with dignity. Many choose to live civilian lives, others assist in the rebuilding efforts. Padme and Bail lead the formation of a new government. Transparent, democratic, free of emergency powers and corruption. The Republic becomes something better. Anakin becomes a Jedi Master, not because of his power, but because of his growth. He teaches, he leads, he raises his children, Luke and Leia, in a galaxy at peace. The Jedi Order does not fall, it evolves. They embrace compassion, allow love. They become guardians of the Force, not just soldiers of the Republic. And the Death Star? It was never built, because Obi-Wan Kenobi, alone in the shadows, saw the plans just a little too early. And that changed everything. And that is it for What If the Jedi Discovered the Death Star plans in Attack of the Clones. Again, I made this What If a short one, and interesting thing is, like, I didn't write any, like, Clone Wars stuff into the story because I really think that it didn't require that, you know, it didn't require for me to specify Clone Wars stuff and, like, talk about the Clone Wars. I really don't think that was needed, and I think the story is great. It's a short, nice, packed story, so I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as me. And if you did, make sure to subscribe as we're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. And once we do, we are going to be doing a face reveal. Like the video and turn your notifications on to be notified about the next time I post any Star Wars What If. I usually post Star Wars What Ifs Thursday, Sunday. Right now it's not been quite Thursday, Sunday, but it's still been twice a week, so twice a week you can expect a What If either way. If you have suggestions for What Ifs, comment down below, and I would also love your feedback. So comment down below anything that you think that sounds interesting. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed once again. Also make sure to join our Discord server. We're trying to expand our community over there. Link in the description. And if you guys want to support the channel and get exclusive perks, consider joining our Patreon. Link in the description. Anyway, thank you very, very much for watching. This is the way, and may the Force be with you. Until then, I will see you next time. Hey, you didn't watch it? Well, check out the video on the left side of the screen, which is specifically recommended for you, or check out the playlist on the right of the screen, which contains similar videos to this one, made by me, of course. Hey, remember, subscribe.